Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Epilogue News Network. It has been an eventful year which has stamped itself indelibly on one's mind and purpose, worldwide and particularly amongst the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir has had a checkered political history, which consequently became instrumental in raising the demands from plebiscite to autonomy to self-rule, and now it is almost a year that the edifice on which these doctrines were based stands dismantled on August 5 last year. However, there are political parties as well as political actors who have raised a question and opposed the amendments done on August 5 last year. The matter is in Supreme Court and the apex court has to decide upon the constitutionality of these amendments. But the fact of the matter and the reality today is that Article 370 has been neutralized, Article 35A abrogated, and the erstwhile state reorganized into two union territories. Important to highlight, the amendments made were in accordance to the precedents and procedures through which amendments have previously been made in the provisos. Anticipating widespread resentment from the Kashmir Valley, these amendments were followed by preventive measures, lockdowns and detentions, but intriguingly, no self-imposed curfews, hartals or bans, no stone pelting, no demonstration against the actions initiated. Violent demonstrations which had become part and parcel of life previously were not observed or heard after the historical decision taken on August 5. Then there are those who support the neutralization of Article 370, abrogation of 35A, and reorganization of erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories, and consider the developments as complete integration of Jammu and Kashmir with Union of India. Jammu and newly created Union Territory of Ladakh supported the move and jubilations broke out across these regions. The most important reason cited was the hegemony of one region over other two and lack of overall development formed the cornerstone of welcoming these changes. One development which prevailed throughout the year was deafening silence of the political parties opposing the amendments. Understandingly, the leadership was under detention. However, reminding ourselves these are the same political parties which had mass support as well as cadre and delegates across Jammu and Kashmir. The historic decisions thus not only made structural changes, but seem to have perhaps disturbed the structure of mainstream political parties in erstwhile state, which is undoubtedly a matter of concern for all. One more significant development which requires a mention was banning of JKLF on the grounds of genocide of Kashmiri Pandits, thereby recognizing the exodus was the consequence of a genocide unleashed on Kashmiri Pandits. Panun Kashmir, a frontal organization of Kashmiri Pandits, thereafter have proposed a bill titled Panun Kashmir's Prevention of Genocide and Atrocities Bill 2020 on 28th of December 2019. As the dust over the changes seemed to settle and life was limping to normalcy, with people expecting some hardcore and real development to usher in, the sudden outbreak of a pandemic has brought everything to halt again. Today, for next few hours, we will be discerning the old order and delineate the new order, and we'll try to understand the nuances of both the orders and the challenges before us. Though the panelists with us today do not require any introduction. However, considering the vast cross section of the Please mic off कीजिएगा. Though the panelists with us today do not require any introduction, however, considering the vast cross section of the audience we have with us from across the globe, it becomes pertinent to share a formal introduction. Introducing all the panelists in one go would be time consuming, and we know our audience is eagerly awaiting to listen the words of wisdom. We will be introducing the panelists upon the respective turn, beginning with the most senior leader and political maverick, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, who needs no introduction. His wisecrack on many occasions have hit the headlines of national dailies. He has been the Chief Minister of erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir thrice. Dr. Abdullah at present is Member of Parliament representing Srinagar constituency in Lok Sabha. Dr. Abdullah will enlighten us about the changed dynamics in Jammu and Kashmir. His first interview very recently quotes him saying that he is hurt and feels betrayed by New Delhi on revocation of Article 370 and downgrading the state with special status to union territory. As I hand over the mic to Dr. Abdullah, I want to assure him that everyone is eager to hear you, sir.
You put it very rightly, that Government of India took a decision on the without having any constitutional assembly or assembly on Jammu and Kashmir. Arbitrarily, they did it, and one day it was passed in Rajya Sabha, and one day it was passed in Lok Sabha. And many of those who have never been in favor of Jammu and Kashmir's autonomy were very excited about it, thinking, my God, Kashmir is becoming now part of us. When we were not, I want to ask those people, were we not part of India? We had a special status, yes. Why was that special status? To guarantee that the Muslim majority state that had joined a Hindu majority India feels safe. This was done by the great Indian leader Sardar Patel. And Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was also part of it. And this was conveyed to Jawaharlal, who was on tour, probably in America or in England, to get his approval also. We were never separatists. We never projected an image of separatism. So what forced them? This was the agenda of BJP from the beginning, that we have to abrogate Article 370. And then how they projected it, that development will be pouring from the top, industrialists will come in, the whole map will change. Yes, the map did change. Maharaja's Kashmir overnight disappeared. You had a union territory. It was unfortunate. Union territories become states. States have become union territories. And what promises did they make? That all the corruption that was here will disappear. All these three families were the most corrupt families. And there was no development in Kashmir. I'm glad and happy that Ghulam Nabi Azad in Rajya Sabha compared Gujarat, which is supposed to be one of the most top states of India, to Kashmir, and proved to them that Kashmir has progressed much better than even Gujarat. So where did we lack? We fought militaries. My own party lost top leaders to militaries. My ministers died because we held the tricolor high. What did we get? All the abuses that could be showered on the nationalist parties here, that they were divisive. Did they succeed? Have they won the hearts of the people? Today, they are bitter. Those of us who stand with the nation are looked down upon. That these people, the very man who said Bharat Mata Ki Jai, is in the jail, arrested. For what? All the others are still in house arrest. Are we enemies of India? I pity these leaders. I wonder to what direction they are taking this nation. Now, what is going to be the outcome of this nation? I pity them. They have started a wave of destruction. They're not winning people. Yes, you said no stones were thrown, no agitations were taken. Everybody was in the lockup. Forces were flown in. Every street, every gully, that soldiers standing with AK-47s. And in that Gupkar declaration, we made sure to tell people they were ready to kill more than 10,000 people. We said, don't do it. Just stay quiet. Things will change. They will not be able to bulldoze us. And thus there was no agitation. It's wonderful for them to lie, as they are lying about Ladakh today, that the Chinese have withdrawn. How many more lies are they going to tell the nation? That Kashmir has now become part of us. Pity them. Where is that 4G, which you all enjoy in the rest of the country? Have our children not the benefit of it so that they could study? They could use a faster media while schools and colleges are closed? Are they not human beings? Are they not part of this nation? No, you deny them this. You think that the world doesn't know what is happening here just because you shut 4G? Every country in the world knows what is happening here. That by backing up media, and by shutting telephones down, and by doing everything that you can, and using your media with your money to put false stories, one day this will rebound on you when you will be sitting in the opposition and you will have to answer for your misdeeds. Power does not stay forever. Therefore, look at the condition. Rail had to come from Kutua to Banihal in 2015. Where is it? They keep on giving you dates. Now this date. What about a small stretch of road of national highway from Banihal to Ramban, an old 13-mile stretch? Small rain brings stones down and the road closes for weeks. That is our lifeline. Not only lifeline to Kashmir, but lifeline to Ladakh. The promise of the tunnel connected Kargil with the rest of the state, so that 12 months it could function. For 7 to 8 months that road closes down because the pass shuts down. So the Sonomarg tunnel that had to be built. In Congress rule, they laid the foundation stone of it. To this day, not a stone has been moved. Now they say that we have been given a new contract, and that contract will be completing itself, and the tunnel will be ready by 2026. I'd love to see it. I hope I'm alive to see it. Because none of their promises came true. And when people wanted Srinagar airport to be named after Sheikh Alam, quietly, while we are in pandemic, they named it. How many hearts would you like me to tell you? How many more things? I went and defended India. I defended India in Austria. I defended India in Maculation. And the government gives me a prison sentence and puts me under a draconian law. And you all laugh and enjoy it. Go. Make a lamp out and go and sell it in India.
Dasar, do you agree that competing PDP's plans of soft separatism NC compromised on the ideals of NC and that probably became detrimental in shaping the current power structures in J&K?
PDP?
Do you agree that competing with PDP's plans of soft separatism NC compromised on the ideals of NC?
Just separatists, soft separatists. There's never been that. We've always said we are part of the nation, with only a special status that has been guaranteed to us. This question you should refer to them. And can you imagine when Maulana Azhar was released, when the whole team was sent? What was my reaction to it? We could not fight terrorism because we wanted to free that damn plane. Could we not sacrifice for this nation 200 people? And you talk of great India that you're going to build? You can never build India unless you are ready to sacrifice yourself. You want others to be sacrificed while you will enjoy glory. I told then the Prime Minister, he's not alive anymore, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. But one man is still alive. He was Home Minister of India, Advaniji. I told him very clearly and categorically, don't do it. You're destroying nation forever. Did they listen? Are they listening now? I don't think they learn. They think they are the wisest of wise, and that nobody was better than them. It's unfortunate. How many more things will I say? Wait till my book comes out.
We will be waiting for that, sir.
It's not on our side. Betrayal has been always on the side of the devil. NC
had inherited the legacy of Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah, without any doubt the tallest leader of the state. Do you think it is time to revisit the legacy of your father?
My father never believed in two nations here. He never believed that Muslims and Hindus and Sikhs and the Christians and the Buddhists or all other religions are different. He believed we're all children of Adam and Eve, that everybody's needs are the same, and he worked for it. He worked for the unity of every religion. And he worked hard to his bitter end. And I'm no different. I continue to stand on the same path to my dying day, to my last breath. I work for the unity of every religion. Every religion in India is important, whether it is low or high. As far as Kashmiri Pandits are concerned, do you think we were happy when they were taken away? Ask the truth. It was Jagmohan who took them away, saying that I'm going to be hard on the Muslims. Repercussions may be on you, but I'll bring you back in 3 months. Today, I think it's 29 years. They haven't come home. And we've always said, Kashmir is never going to be complete unless the Hindu brethren come back and live in peace with all of us.
Sir, one more question that regarding this issue of Kashmiri Pandits, what is your take on the prevention of genocide and atrocity bill proposed by Kashmiri Pandits? And would you consider introducing or presenting it in Parliament for its enactment?
Why not? They're part of this land. They own this land as much as I do. You know, we tried to bring a bill to save their temples. Their temples were under one authority called the Dharma Trust, who couldn't care less. And we tried to bring the bill. Who scuttled that bill? Just find out. So that their property could be protected. We have always felt, I tried myself. When Gujral Sahib was Prime Minister, we kept 50 buses ready so that they could come home. But unfortunately, our enemies killed people in Gandarbar innocently. Only one child survived. He must have grown into a big boy now. We stopped it there and then because we could not protect. The enemy was too strong. And our people in Delhi thought that we don't have so many forces. How many did we move the Muslims? In thousands. One of my ministers, the bomb was put under his car. We had to pick up his pieces of his flesh in the trees. I can never forget. Rocket was thrown at my house. The children were frightened, the mosques were shouting, slogans, all sorts of things. I saw that. I saw many villages. Unfortunately, not bigger.
Sir, you have said that it was Jagmohan who was responsible for exodus of Kashmiri Pandits. That is a contentious issue. Don't you think that this bill can provide us with the truth that what actually had conspired then? And this would possibly make way for the return and reversal of genocide of Kashmiri Pandits. Are you committing yourself that you would help Kashmiri Pandits in this endeavor?
A sincere and honest judge of the Supreme Court, retired judge of the Supreme Court, a team of them, let them investigate, an honest investigation. Who for the conviction of the police? Clear the air that is against the Muslims of Kashmir, that we are responsible for throwing them out. That would at least clear in many minds in the young, all over the world. Kashmiri Pandit boys and men have this image that it was the Kashmiri Muslims who throw them out. I still have Kashmiri Pandits living here who never left. One of them is living here, near where we break stones, very near Srinagar. He and his wife lived and never moved. Even when they were asked to leave, he said, no, I'm not going to go. We still have people living in the villages who did not move. We have officers of that time who were told that they had to be moved. I would like to have those judges and let these officers speak of them and tell them the truth, so that at least that dust will be washed off Kashmiri Muslims. Were we not the same Muslims who protected them in 47 when Pakistani raiders came in? We didn't have guns. With ordinary lathis, we stood up, kept a watch all night, sacrificed 5 Tangawalas who were murdered in Akhnur, not Akhnur, this near Jammu. When someone wanted to go, and my father organized those Tangas for them to take them. And near Nagrota, they were murdered. Did we react to it? We have never differentiated on religion. And may God always help us that we never do. Our God teaches us. Our Quran is true.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. Always a pleasure talking to you, listening to you.
Thank you.